Gravity Circuit is a 2D action platformer. You take the role of Kai, a newly awakened hero from the previous war against the virus army. Armed with the power of the eponymous Gravity Circuit, Kai steps up to stop the machinations of the newly reformed virus army. The entire game screams Mega Man X inspired, more specifically, the Mega Man Extreme games for the Game Boy Color. If you've ever played a Mega Man X game, you know how the game's gonna be structured. You play through an intro stage, you choose from a list of 8 different stages to tackle, and once you've beaten all of the levels, you get to access the final level. It sounds simple enough. Of course, the game gets more complicated as you actually play it. This is unlike any other Mega Man-like I've ever played. There's a very big emphasis on melee combat, and it's going to be your main form of dealing damage. But aside from your basic combo attacks, you have access to different directional inputs for attacks, allowing you to execute melee attacks from all different angles. But what good is melee combat without fluid movement? The movement in this game is very smooth. In addition to walking, dashing, and wall jumping, you have a grappling hook you can use to, well, grapple. You can wall cling, you can swing from the ceiling, and most importantly, you can attack with it. The grappling hook in and of itself doesn't really do that much damage, but the secret to the grappling hook's awesome power is the ability to pick up and throw weakened enemies. And of course, last but certainly not least, burst techniques, special moves that require energy to execute. You only start with one, but you can unlock more as you progress through the game. In addition to new burst techniques, you can also unlock enhancement chips with various different effects. You will need to save hostages though, and some hostages are pretty well hidden, but it's totally worth it, and you'll need them too. The bosses in this game are no joke. In typical Mega Man fashion, the bosses are way harder than the levels, further amplified by the fact that your main form of attack is punching. That said, sometimes there are objects you can grab and throw at the bosses for a long-range attack. The good news is that you have access to your burst skills, and good use of them will more than even the odds. Now for the most important question. Should you get this game? This is a very solid recommendation based on just the gameplay alone. This isn't really the type of game you play for the story. You play it because the gameplay is absolutely sick, and I really like the style of the game as well. As a self-admitted Mega Man X fanboy, this hits all of the right notes. And honestly, there's a ton of games that really aim to be Mega Man but melee based, and I think this really hits the nail on that. And yes, for the all-important high-tech low-life question, does this run on Steam Deck? It does, and so far I've had 0 issues with it, except for the fact that I kinda suck at this game.